Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, Being Chris. I'm Crystal and this is a channel where I discuss who I am after becoming a wife and a mom. I wanted to share how I prepare for my fast as a mom and a wife. It could be difficult trying to go through a fast and then having to think about all these things in terms of motherhood and being a wife. So I wish I knew these things when I first started my first fast, which was August 2023, and I completed 5 3-day fasts. And these are the things that as I was going through my fast, I realized oh, okay, this was helpful during my time of fasting. And it kind of helped motivate me to keep going the number of days I wanted to go during my fast to get closer to God. And just to clarify, I did a 3-day fast, and it's just a water fast, so no food or any drink. And I completed 3 of them last year, so 3-day fasts. And then I completed 2 of them this year so far. The 4th one was kind of a fail because I only got to 2 days. The first thing I realized that is important for me to know that it's time for me to fast is making sure that God told me to fast, right? I didn't want to do it on my own terms, but I wanted God to tell me that it's the right time to fast, and it's a reason for it. And I feel like when I know that God is the motivation behind this fast, I feel more confident, and this is from my previous experiences. I realize that I'm more confident in completing it and also doing the things that will help keep me motivated, like praying, reading the Bible, or listening to music that is glorifying God. It also just makes it a little bit easier to handle because as soon as I get hungry, I'll drink some water and I will thank God immediately for it, right? Because normally when I'm drinking water, you don't realize everything, even food, you don't realize you don't say thank you as you're putting 1 spoon into your mouth. But every time I fast and I drink water, it just feels like I gotta thank God for this because I'm so hungry, right? And I'm feeling the hunger pains that when I drink the water, God, it's God, thank you so much. Thank you for sticking by me. Thank you for telling me to do this thing to get closer to you. The second thing that I realize is helpful when I'm fasting is to tell my husband that I want to do this fast, right? That God told me to fast, right? And so I want that support from my husband because there are certain times when you may need their support, especially if you have kids, right? So them being on the same page, knowing what you're doing and knowing that you're gonna need help, it's really crucial, right? Because I feel like the reason why I failed my last fast, not the one I just finished yesterday, but the one I tried to do before my birthday, I only completed 2 days out of the 3 days I wanted. One of the reasons why I feel like I failed was because I didn't tell him initially, he wouldn't notice, right? I felt like that was really not smart on my part, but I told him after my 1 day was done and I had 2 more days to go. That's when I told him. I feel like I'm supposed to trust my husband, right, with this fast, right? Because you're not supposed to tell anyone that you're fasting because it's supposed to be between you and God. However, if you're married, you're one, right? So it's God, your husband, and then you. So you gotta be able to trust that your husband is going to support you. And it's not that I didn't trust that he would support me, it's just that I really wanted to keep it between me and God, but it's really between me, God, and my husband. So anytime I start a fast, I'm going to just let him know, right? And it actually helps me in the long run because I'm gonna need support with other things, especially since we have 3 kids. And the third way I prepare for my fast is by prepping meals. I cook most of the meals in our household. I plan it out when we go grocery shopping, I'm the one really picking up everything, and I don't want my family to be eating out, right, on the days that I'm fasting, because while I'm getting closer to God and also internally it's actually helping my body, right, I don't want my family to be eating foods that are unhealthy. So I try to meal prep. I may not be like 100% for every single day, but at least if I have like at least 1 day or 2 days prepared, I feel like that's so beneficial, because then my husband can support me in that way of reheating, of cleaning up when I really don't want to smell food. You know what I mean? Because by the second day, I feel like that's when I really get, oh my gosh, I'm so hungry. But I don't want to have to sit there and think about planning a meal, having to go to the grocery store when it's like you want to rush the fast, right? And I don't want to do that, because that's my moment to spend with God and to get closer to Him. So if I'm thinking about food, that's defeating the purpose, even though yes, I'm not intaking it, but it's like taking my mind away from God. So I just want to make sure that I'm prepared for it. And I feel like it's just so helpful, just from also for my husband too. Like he can just have everything set up, and he doesn't have to like also then stress about making food. I try to have a list of the things that I do want to make, so that way I'm not thinking of the details. Like tasting the food, you can't taste it while you're cooking. So I have my children taste test for me. That's very helpful. So I hope that this was helpful in terms of preparing for a fast, specifically a 3-day fast with no food or drinks other than water. And I will see you in the next video.